Oh, okay. So take your cell phones out and light them up and sing maybe some Mumford and Son. No, just take the cell phones and light them up, and if we're gonna take a picture. Oh my God, it looks so badass. Excuse my language. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna tap the edge. Don't push me over. That was really good. It wasn't as good as when I walked out, but that's cool. They're rolling phones, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm so happy to be back here. I was here earlier this year, I think, and I usually don't come back to places before like a couple of years, but this truly is one of my favorite cons. And there's so many adorable babies that I can't touch because I don't want to infect them with all the other people who put dander on me, including my own dander. Not to say that anyone's dirty. I'm sorry. Oh gosh, this is terrible. Yeah, everyone is so wonderful, and there's so many different fans of everything I do here. So I want to thank you. What is it, Siegfried and Jensen? Is this some kind of weird supernatural thing? Although I bet Jared could do a good German accent. German accent. I am moose. Okay.
Yeah.
This is very sophisticated too. I think I'm on the Price is Right. $1,200. No.
Yeah.
I would punch you in the face. I hate it when people are just like.
Ouch.
Is Bob Barker still on there? He's 180, right? I don't mean to say that because Bob Barker was a big supporter of animals. So him and Betty White, that's a dream team. Well, rather than just sit here and babble, although clearly I have that trait. We're gonna take questions, and everyone's over on one side, which is awesome. So I don't have to pretend to look over here and then not have people here. So if I go over here next question, you know why I did it. Because I'm like a dog. Yeah. Give me a treat.
Thank you for being you. I was very
Well, thank you for being you. Nobody else can do it, I heard. What's his face?
Tell us the most embarrassing personal story you're willing to share publicly.
Oh boy, embarrassing like a poop story? Or I mean, if anybody read my book, which I'm not, you all have good taste. I recently wrote a book, I was on book tour, and there is a story from Salt Lake City Comic-Con in there. I came here in a rewrite because it was so traumatically embarrassing with Nichelle Nichols, who played Lieutenant Uhura on the original Star Trek. We're talking classic royalty here, and I was such a dork around her that I did go and cry later. And not in a good way, but I was just so like mortified. But shame is one of my best traits. Like I'm really good at it. Shame and anxiety, I'm like ace. That would be it should be monogrammed on my chest. So that was one of the most embarrassing things. Also, I never threw up on anyone because I don't like drinking that much. So I don't have any of those stories. I do have a poop story, but I'm not going to say it. It involved a food poisoning from curry, and it was mortifying. I'm not going to say anymore. You can't get that out of me, sir. What's his face? So go, get out of here. Okay, bye. Next, see? I'm just gonna show my shoes off because that's. I got them in London. Only because they're Doc Martens and they're cheaper there. I was like, I'm saving money. Except I spent the money to money to get them. That's like my mom taught me that. She's like, it's on sale, get 2. And I'm like, that would still be spending money for 2 things. That's more than 0. Okay, bye. Next question, hello.
Hi, Felicia. My question for you is based upon knowing that writing comedy is very hard, what do you struggle with most about writing comedy, and how do you overcome that struggle?
That's a really good question. I mean, just writing is, in general, we have any authors or hobbyists, professionals? Lots of creative people here, which is awesome to see. I am not, I love writing, except I don't because it's like shredding my skin off my face sometimes. And then when I did it, I'm like, oh, look at that, you're funny. But the process of doing it is really hard, and especially comedy, I think, is really tough because it's almost like music. You have to kind of hit a joke, and I learned this most when I was editing. I do a lot of different jobs besides acting, especially with my company, Geek and Sundry. I'm behind the scenes. There's a lot of tabletop fans here, which is why I love you guys. Lots of board games. Which I really love. I love the fact that people can come together and celebrate loving of games. But you know, when you're in edit bay, you can ruin a joke just by moving the edit just a little bit. You can make somebody look like a complete jerk and terrible at their lines, or you can make them awesome just by... What's going on? Are the stormtroopers coming for me? That was a really loud cell phone ring. Yeah, so I guess the hardest part is just getting it on the page, and the second hard part is making it funny. And I guess my biggest tip would be go take an improv class, because I think your unconscious is much better than your conscious when you're doing music like that, or writing. And especially if you can be on an improv and tell a fart joke maybe, which is like, oh, I would never do that in real life, but man, that was a good fart joke. Like, there you go, you get some comedy. That was terrible advice, get out of here. All right. Hi, next question.
So I have a book question for you.
Okay.
So being a person who likes to get addicted to things myself, in your book you said that you've been borderline ready to become addicted to something your entire life. I can relate to that, so I want to know what some of your current addictions are.
Oh wow, that's a good question. I'm addicted to, right now I'm addicted to Witcher 3. There's a ton of Dragon Age. I think this is a very, Dragon Age is a very popular game here, right? Very awesome world. And Witcher 3, it was hard for me to get into. I like customizing my character, aka make her look exactly like me and romance an elf, but you know, let's not go into that. But after you get over the first hour or so of Witcher, I think it's a really awesome game, very much like Dragon Age, where you get to have an open world and you're solving things and you're cutting pirates in half, which children is not a good thing to do in real life. So that's my current thing that I just can't quit it. I got addicted to Poldark, which is, did we watch that? Yeah. It's like a, guys, it's kind of a bodice ripper. But the good thing is, it's not the women's bodice that's being ripped off, it's the guy. He's like always brooding and chest hairy, and he's always like, look at my chest hair, you know, that kind of thing. He's so hot, guys, and he rides a horse everywhere, and he takes his shirt, anyway. So I binge watched that, which was super, super fun. And yeah, I mean, I guess my problem is that I love to play video games, and I like to watch TV, but those two things sometimes conflict because they're big chunks of your day. So I guess sometimes I actually, in my calendar, schedule video game, like it's part of my work. Because it is! Yes! I don't know, get out of here. You're lovely. Hey.
Hi, I'm Alexandra.
Hello.
I'm wondering what kind of feelings went through your mind when you read that Charlie died on Supernatural. I had friends who actually stopped watching the show because you died. So I'm wondering what you felt.
Well, don't riot. I mean, I am honored that you had such strong feelings, because if you were like, meh, that means I didn't do my job. Because I always try to tell myself, I don't want to spoil anything, guys, but I guess we already spoiled it. So whenever you get removed from a show, that means the writers think that people care about you. Now, I tell myself that too many times because people keep doing it to me. I'm the Sean Bean of women. I mean, that was a decision that the showrunner and the producers had to make, and as disappointed as I was, because being part of that supernatural family is something that's super special to me. Like, every single person who's in that world, thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting my work, for sharing, you know, the things that you drew from Charlie through my performance and the writing that touched your life. It really means a lot to me, and so thank you. But you gotta do what you gotta do, and I hope, if they ever ask me, I would totally go back, and, you know, I like to be philosophical about it. Every door that closes is another door that opens, and maybe I'll open a door that doesn't have deaths. What you should do is just get on a comedy, because they don't kill people off quite as much. But like, I love genre things, so I'm always like, let's take the risk. I'm a ghost already. That would be a good one. I could already be dead when they hired me and then they couldn't kill me. Let's be my agent and we'll work this out for next year. Next question.
Good. Hi, my name is Simran, and I just wanted to tell you that you're my role model for life. But
I like you too.
But in Supernatural with Charlie, you played a lesbian. So how did you have to put yourself in a different mindset for that than any of your other roles?
I mean, I think you just, I think what I love about Charlie is that she wasn't defined by being a lesbian or defined by being a geek. She was a human being in a three-dimensional way that happened to be those things. And I love that, I think it's a testament to the writing, how good the writing was, that she was such a three-dimensional character, because a lot of the times you see hey, let's get a nerdy one to do the computer hacking, check, you know, and that's just TV, because there's a lot of shorthand. But when we gravitate towards shorthand, I think we shortchange ourselves in setting the expectation that all geeky people look like this, or all geeky people act like this, or they all... Geek, you know, and I think that's what I love about Charlie. So, I mean, the only thing, you know, I guess I had to kiss a girl, which in one of the episodes, which was just like kissing another person except softer. That's weird, right? Is it weird? It was weird. No, it wasn't weird. It was fine. It was a good experiment. It was a good life experience. It's good to broaden your horizons. Let's not. I need to stop talking. It's fine. Kiss whoever you need to kiss. That's the moral of the story. And scene. Hello.
Hello, my name's Galen. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Now with the Dragon Age project, a huge fan of Dragon Age and stuff. What was it like?
Who'd you romance?
Well, I tried you, but
you know, that was what really ticked me off.
They didn't give us that option.
I know. And then I asked them later. Okay, so I did a DLC, Mark of the Assassin in Dragon Age 2, where you get to, right? And it was really well done, and you got to do all this intrigue, and it was really fun. And a lot of the Orlesian lore, and as well as the Tal Vashon and all that stuff. But I asked them, all you can do in there is get a kiss from me, spoiler alert, sorry. And I asked the developers later, I was like, why didn't you let people go a little further? They were like, we thought it wouldn't be respectful. Your agent thought it wasn't respectful. I was like, fired! Fired! What? Oh, cat, what? You like a cat? What? That's fine. All right, moving on. What was your question?
So being a part of that project, how was it that you got into that, and do you want to try and progress more now that you're still expanding Dragon Age?
I mean, I would love to revisit Talus if they gave me the opportunity. You know, obviously every character I do, I turn down other things. You know, I'm very choosy about what I do with my time. There's only so much you can do, and I have a lot of video games to play. So, I love Talus. I love her character. Being able to come up with a lot of her traits myself in doing the web series, and then them expanding her so much into a world that I was like, oh wow, this character has a lot of depth. And so if they ever ask me out back, I would be honored to revisit, and you know, definitely able to take that next step in our relationship. So in that world. So go away now. Thank you. Next question.
Hi, Felicia. I have a question for you. I know that you just said that you don't drink very much, but on Geeks That Drink, what drink was you drinking?
Oh yeah, Geeks. Did anybody watch that show, Geeks Who Drink? It's actually a really cool thing, you guys, and I'm sure they have some here in Salt Lake. It's a national quiz show. So if you go on the website, you can see, hey, is there anything in my city that does Geeks for Drink? And you go on Tuesday nights or Thursday nights, and you have a little team, and what is that weird? Oh, I heard the C in my left ear. I think it's because I flew. Anyway, that's weird. No, are there voices? No. I was just trying to creep you out, sorry. And you can go as a group and you do the trivia and you see if you win. And I actually went to Geeks Who Drink for about a year before Zach Levi, who is a very nice man. He's very squee-worthy. And he invited me to be on the show that he was hosting, which I thought was pretty cool because it's the same people. So I was actually drinking only water because when I drink, I get really annoying and giggle a lot, and I didn't want that on national television. I mean, I'm already annoying enough on national television when I hang out. And I laugh, and I laugh at things that aren't funny, like, oh my God, that's brie. That's a cheese. See, it's not funny. Why would I laugh? I'm the worst. So yes, I would recommend. I don't know how long the show's gonna go, but I was just drinking water there because I really wanted to win. And no spoilers, but just watch it. But if I were you, I would go to geekswhodrink.com and just find one and go to the trivia night because it's super, super fun. So yeah, it's awesome. That's fun. So next question.
Hi. So you and Ryan are super funny on cooperative.
It's my brother Ryan Day.
Yeah.
He would be here if I invited him.
So do you have a favorite memory with him growing up, like a funny story or anything?
So I think there is one memory that stands out. So we only had one TV when I was growing up. We were not very well off, and my mom had left us at home, and I was probably like 9, and my brother was 7. I don't know if that's legal, but she did it. And I wanted to watch Anastasia, the miniseries, you know, the missing Russian princess. There was a miniseries on, but he wanted to watch monster truck racing, and he kept stealing the remote and changing the channel. So I got so mad, I threw a plate at him, and I almost strangled him with a telephone cord. And there was no phone there, so it was fine. That was not a funny story, but that was a good story. No, you know, my brother and I, you know, I write about this in my book a lot. We were homeschooled, we had very weird upbringing, but we had each other in a sense, and so he is a very never tell them any of this, but I love him very much, and he's a really good influence on my life. He keeps me grounded a lot, and the fact that in involving him in my online stuff, he is so considerate to the people who follow us and like our show, and it really inspires me to have that connection with him and further it. And I gotta tell you, we're better friends now for doing that project together. So I guess, yeah, so thank you. And don't tell him that because it's mushing and he'll just punch me in the face. He wouldn't actually punch me. He would probably just throw a Slurpee on me and then laugh. That's a funny story I don't want to tell. So thank you for watching.
Hi, Felicia. My name's Sydney.
Hello.
I was gonna say Gingers Unite.
Yes, I just took a picture backstage with about 15 gingers.
And I wasn't there.
Why weren't you there?
I don't know. I was in the audience.
This is really awkward. You didn't get the invite to the gender picture.
I guess.
Oh my gosh, I totally texted you, really. You know the worst is when your friends are having a party and they post it on Instagram and you heart it, but then you're crying. I'm really happy. Why did you invite me? I do that a lot.
Okay, my question has to do with last time you were here and the Charlie coming back from Oz episode happened, and nobody asked you about your leg hold with Jensen, and you really wanted to talk about it.
I wanted to talk about it, did I?
Yeah, you mentioned it.
I think you're fibbing. You're getting back at me for this whole redhead thing, aren't you?
I want to know the story.
So I think There's No Place Like Home. It's the first episode I did this last season. I did 3 episodes, which was really awesome. And I was playing an evil version of myself and a good version of myself. And the evil version did jujitsu, which is a kind of a wrestling sort of martial art. Please don't hate me if that's not an accurate description, all right? Fake karate nerd. It's not karate, I know. Karate is an art form. Fake martial arts nerd. Anyway, I've seen every Jet Li movie. I will not be best in here. See? What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So anyway, I do this thing where I'm like, punch, and then, that is really, I never want to get on film. Thanks, Salt Lake. And the thing is, Jensen's face was right here. And that is really, I've done some awkward things on set. That was the awkwardest. So, the good thing I was wearing pleather pants, they don't breathe. And I bought new underwear. And I was like, I'm really sorry for this. He's like, I'm a professional. So whatever, that's the story. Hi.
Hi, my name is Ashton, and
Hi.
I was just wondering, since Jos Whedon really isn't a part of the Marvel movies anymore, when do you foresee a possibility of Dr. Horrible 2 coming out?
I guess a few of you would support that. So I think that's an awesome question. I can't say for certain whether that would happen or not. I would, as a fan of it, like when I first read that script and I got to the end and found out what happened, Sean Bean, I was actually weeping because it was so beautifully written. So in my mind, you know, as a fan and as someone who was part of that, and really that family is so precious to me. It really was a sense of belonging and making something together that was so, it was very life-affirming in a way that he and his family and all of our friends would come together and just make something as adults who really don't have to do things on a shoestring budget. He's fancy. So that whole experience was amazing, and I know that he and Jed and Marissa are doing Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is awesome, guys. The premiere is really good. And Zach is on doing awesome things as well. So everyone's really busy, but I would love, and actually next weekend, or 2 weekends from now in New York City, there's a Haley Center, Dr. Horrible Haley Center reunion. And Nathan and Neil and Joss and I are all gonna be there in New York City. So I'm excited. I just wanna see what, he is the most brilliant man I ever know. So whether he's working on Dr. Horrible 2, or a huge movie, or a play, or, you know, I don't know, a YouTube video with puppets, I have no idea. Whatever he's doing, it's gonna be awesome. And I'm so grateful to have been in a few of his worlds because he's really a genius. So, thank you.
Last time you came here, you mentioned that you were a fan of the comic saga.
I am.
I was wondering how Prince Robot 4.
What do I feel about him? I mean, there's mixed feelings, right? What about you? Are you crushing?
I kind of want to see him and Marco fight, but at the same time, like, I don't want either of them to die.
Yeah, I feel like they're very powerful, both of them, and a confrontation would be bad. You guys, if you don't know Saga, it's a very amazing comic. It's a kind of a space opera, but very twisted and weird and surreal and just wonderful characters and a central love story that's amazing. So if you're looking to dive into a new world, Saga is one that is very accessible. I'm a little bit behind on the comics, so I have them all at my house. I was just reading a comic called Giant Days, which I just started, which is an indie comic about 3 girls who are in college. It's really good too. So I'm behind on my consumption, which is sad. I look around my office and I have comics here, and I have DVDs here, and I have video games here, and my Steam list is 5,000, and I'm like, that's too much good stuff. So anyway, my opinion is I would not make out with him. Okay, goodbye. Hello.
Hi, I'm Maggie.
Hi, Maggie.
So my question is, Charlie was really Robbie Thompson's character. So I was wondering, kind of, when you found out that Charlie was going to die, did you have a conversation with Robbie, or was that kind of something that you two shared, or just was it kind of out in the open?
I mean, you know, the weird thing is that Robbie was that was the only episode Robbie didn't write. The last episode that I did, where Charlie went into wherever we go. You know, he's a writer, and the showrunner and the producers, they have a vision and they know where they want to go. And you know, I know that I love the fact that you guys were cared about her, and it upset you. And I guess that was the point, really, because like I said, if you remove somebody from a world and nobody cares, then that wasn't. Somebody's calling me. Oh. Doing a panel. I should be doing a panel soon. I should probably get there. Yeah, so, I mean, obviously, you know, Robbie created Charlie and from such a personal place, and I think you could tell writing that's amazing is when you care about somebody that much. It's obviously somebody writing from a personal point of view, and I think Robbie did that. And, you know, I would do anything with Robbie. I think he's a wonderful visionary, and whether on Supernatural or whatever he does in the future, you know, as in the years to come, you know, it's going to be great. So I can't speak for him, but at a certain point, you know, you just have to live with decisions. And hopefully I'll have another cool job. And if they ever ask me back, I would totally go and become Charlie again, because she is, I love her as much as you guys do. And Jared and Jensen give them hugs.
Hey Felicia, my name's Alyssa. I met you earlier.
I know, we met you earlier. You have really good mascara.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry for that too. I totally fangirl, and that was really embarrassing.
That's like the most flattering thing. I just met Joel Hodgson, and I almost like started like, I mean, I posted a picture of the dumbest look on my face. Like I think there's so much blood, like my cheeks are like puffed up like a chipmunk. Because MST3K meant a lot to me as a kid. Oh my god, that Santa movie? Anybody see that Santa movie they make fun of? Ah, it's a classic. Anyway, what?
So my question is, do you ship anyone on the show?
I mean, I've got to back away from shipping on shows because that is territory. I'm talking about my friends, you know. I mean, they're people, I know them as people, so I can't see them as characters, because if I say, oh yeah, I ship these 2 guys, I'm like, you're talking about your 2 friends doing inappropriate things together. So, I mean, I have to only talk about maybe Poldark and me, you know? I ship that. Is that weird? I'm gonna meet that guy one day and feel really awkward. Anyway, but you know, to me, that's what's wonderful about worlds, and especially genre, is that we all feel like we're in the worlds and we can project our emotions, and whether it's canon or not, like, that's our world and our playground that we share with each other as fans. And I think that's wonderful, and that's why I always want to be on shows who have that kind of fan base and that kind of spirit, because we're creating a world together, and whether on screen or off screen, it's a family. So whether you're shipping or not. One time I got some fanfic that was Penny Bad Horse. Yep, exactly.
My name is Hannah, and I'm a really big fan, and
Thank you.
I think you have a beautiful voice,
want to, or if you're going to do any more musicals like Dr. Horrible.
I would love to do more musicals. I try to do a little bit of sing. I mean, if you follow my Snapchat, when I'm on point, I actually sing every day to my coffee. It's, you know, it's always parodies of like, you know, we built this latte with sugar and cream. You know, and worse than that. So I try to do that just for fun. But I would love to do a bigger, you know, the last couple of years I've been really busy, not only with Supernatural, but writing my book. It took almost 2 years because I really wanted it to be a book that encapsulated everything I am. And you know, I poured my heart into it. And thank you so much for the people who've read it and have enjoyed it. Thank you. And then doing Geek and Sundry, I own a business. I have 12 employees, and you know, whether I don't have to actually do the day-to-day now because Legendary owns my company, but before that, especially, I was doing all the stuff behind the scenes, and you know, it got me away from creating a little bit. So now, you know, after my book's out, I'm so excited to get back in and find a project that I love to dearly, kind of like the Guild or. Something that I can write, or just be in other people's things too. So I'm excited, you know, come the new year to just find new ventures, and you know, just meeting you guys in person makes me remember why I do this and what the kind of roles that I want to play that we can share together. So yeah, definitely. And just follow my Snapchat for really, really bad. Yeah, I'm not gonna sing again. I can't think of anything. I'm sorry. I love you. Okay. Nice. Next question.
Hi, I'm Jessica. I'm sorry, the light's like glaring in my eyes.
I know.
Contacts. But my question is, when you first started in Supernatural, did you gravitate more to Jensen Ackles or Jared Padalecki?
As like a friend? I mean, that's a good question. They're both just so nice, and sometimes when you're a character, and to be honest with you, Charlie was only supposed to be one character. They were like trying me out. I mean, I don't even think they were trying me out. That Charlie was only supposed to be one character, you know, one episode. So I was just going up to do a guest star, and a lot of times, if you're a series regular, you don't spend a lot of time with guest stars because you're so busy, and you're only going to see them. You know, they're just work colleagues, and they don't not. It's not that they don't treat you as equals, they just don't spend a lot of time with you. And they went out of their way to be so nice to me, and I think that kind of reflects in the family style, you know, feeling that you have around Supernatural. Everybody on the crew is an equal. They're a true family, and they're gentlemen. And I really am inspired when I see them, the way that they lead. They are leaders in a way. So, you know, I guess the one memory from that one first episode was Jared picking me up, and he literally deadlifted me from the ground like with a finger. He's like, "I'll get her," and like, and I'm like, "Whoa, you're strong and large." So that was the most vivid memory, and that. So anyway, I don't know what that means. Bye bye. You're really cute. Hi.
Hi, my name is Brian. I'm a middle school teacher, and first I just want to say thank you for your involvement in Stomp Out Bullying. I'm waiting for my teacher.
You guys, so I was on book tour, and after a couple cities, there were so many, especially like teenagers, and teachers, and just adults and parents, and people from all different age ranges saying, thank you, I'm so glad that you wrote about embracing your weirdness, because my daughter was bullied, or I'm bullied, and I got really angry, and then some people online started bullying me about certain things in the book, and I was like, we're gonna stand up into this. This is not pleasant. This is a word that I cannot say. So I called Natalia, who works at Geek and Sundry, who was like, hey, can you make me a logo that says embrace your weird? And then I put it online, and just all proceeds go to Stomp Out Bullying, which is an amazing charity. And we sold almost 5,000 shirts. So all of that is going to help. Thank you. You guys. And it's amazing that we can come together together and do good, like the things that Jensen and Jared do with their charity, and Jos's charity, the Brown Coats and everything. Like, the geek community is underappreciated in the amount of charity and what they give back to the world. And I want to sing that from the top of the mountains. That's weird. That was a weird thing to say, but anyway, you have a question?
I do. I just wanted to ask, I haven't read your book yet, I just bought it today in your
It's okay, it's not homework. It's not homework.
Okay. I don't give homework, so that's a good thing. But,
really? You must be a great teacher.
I am. But that's another thing. But my question is, I'm always trying to get advice, for teachers and for students. How do you think we can empower kids, or how can we help teachers to identify it and stop it? Do you have any advice for the bullied and the bullies or the teachers or whatever?
I think in my life, when I felt most alone and down because of other people's words, it's because I felt like I didn't have a support group to bolster me, to make me feel strong enough to feel like I'm not alone. Because really, it's isolation and shaming that make people, I think, affect people the most, and making them feel like they're other. You're different because of your race or your gender or your beliefs or your passions, and you're not normal, and we're going to shun you and make you feel alone and isolated. And that's why I always try to encourage community and feeling connected to other people, because of the things that they're shaming you for. No one is, and that's really why the whole message of the book is that you have to embrace your weirdnesses. Your weirdnesses are your superpower, not only in being the best you can be and accepting yourself, but also finding the things that make you passionate and make you want to live in this world. To abandon something because somebody who you have nothing in common with is making you feel ashamed and alone is a true tragedy, and I think it leads to a lot of the problems we're talking about. So that's why my phrase, embrace your weird, you have to be brave and be like, oh, you're a gamer and you're a girl? Yeah. So, you have a problem with that? I don't understand. Yes, you're right. You're observing an observance. Good for you, sir. I'm going to go over here with people who are not jerks. Yeah, so anyway, thank you for being there, because really, teachers like you and parents and mentors are really who we need in this world to bolster people, so thanks.
My thing is, I was thinking about this a little bit earlier, and I think that would be a really cool idea to have like a Penny meets Guild crossover. So I was wondering if you could have a crossover with any shows, not just your shows. What would you like for a crossover?
Oh my gosh, it's a really good crossover. It's me and Poldark, and no, I mean, I'd love to see Joey from Friends and Game of Thrones. Kramer and Gotham, that would actually work. He would be like a really good Joker. I'm weird. Anyway, so any of the, yes, anything that would be kind of startling, but I like problems, and I like insurmountable things that people say that won't work. That would be my most weird, like Big Bird and Days of Our Lives. He'd have a twin with dark feathers. Mysterious. Okay. Bye-bye. I need to hurry. I have 5 minutes. I'm going to do... Okay, lightning round.
All right, so...
Sorry.
All right, my name is Brian, and I'm just going to ask, what's your best moment working at Geek and Sundry, and what's it like being the boss there?
Being the boss there is fun, except I have to be a boss, which is not fun. And really, it's very hard to be a boss, because then you can't be as good friends with people, because you have to be their boss. This is a really long answer. I'm not going to go there. And my best moment was this year at Comic-Con was amazing, because we were at Petco Park and we had a party, and I looked across the room and Chris Hardwick was there, and my friend Will Whedon was there, and we were all together, and there were people from from the web there, and actors and directors and executives and fans and interns, and I was like, this is the family I always wanted to belong to. So it was awesome. So thank you. Okay, bye. Yeah. Next question.
Hi, my name is Willow, and I was wondering if you could have been any character off of Supernatural, what character would you be?
Well, Charlie, next question. No, I'd be Jensen because I want to be that buff. Next question.
If BBC offered you a position as the Doctor, would you take it?
Well, yeah. I mean, that would never happen, but yes. I'd be a Dalek. I mean, I would be anything. Exterminatrix. Horrible. That just lost me the job. Joker, you're a creep. Let's go.
Thank you. Dragon Age 3, who
Yes.
did you romance?
Cullen, he made beautiful babies. Next. Be a good baby maker. Be a large, hardy baby. Okay, next question. Handsome, hardy baby.
In Supernatural, you used the word witches a lot.
Witches, yeah.
Yeah. Was that ad-lib the first time you did that, or was that scripted in?
No, that was scripted in. So, no, it's easier that I can do it automatically on the right, guys. Don't make fun of me. What's up, bitches? Oh, I said, guys, not specific. All right, next question. We got maybe one to go.
Hi.
Catch them all. Yeah, catch them all.
Do you have any contact with anybody from Ultima still?
Catch them all. Yes, my friend Greg, who used to be a dragon, and he created Bastion. Does anybody know Bastion, the video game? He created that video game. Also in my book, I tell the story of my first kiss, which was with a dragon from the Ultimate Dragons. It was not a good kiss. My mom made me do it, read the book. And he came to a signing in Portland and was like, hey, and I was like, I'm really sorry I wrote about your unibrow. And he was like, it's fine. I was like, you don't have a unibrow. And that was it. He moved on. Next question.
What words of advice would you have for young amateurs who are looking to become professionals in the web series? And you play your cards right with this one. I ask a question as Fenris.
Oh my. Are you Fenris?
I could be.
I was about to say, he's like Poldark and Fenris together. Keep him away. I'm taking it. My best advice would be to work as local as you can. Get as much experience here. Get a really good reel before moving to LA, because that is not. As I wrote in my book, it's not a good plan. And but I think the best thing is also, even if you want to be an actor, do as many different roles as you can volunteering on other people's sets, because you'll learn way more volunteering and working behind the scenes and in the edit and as a PA and watching other actors work. It really is one of those things you have to be on set to be good at. And then I would say take as much improv as you can, because improv is the key to everything, I think, in life. So thank you. All right, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Hot Fenris. This will be the last question, you guys. I'm really sorry, but you have an amazing outfit, so we're doing it. Thank you.
You've gone on a lot of adventures on your YouTube channel. Have you ever done an adventure that didn't make it to YouTube?
That's a really good question. They all made it on YouTube, but I have to say that the trapeze vlog that I did. Oh, do not apply. If you read in my book, I tell how I was having a nervous breakdown and I had anxiety and depression. And the wonderful thing is that a lot of you have told me that reading that chapter has helped you get help, which is the whole point. I kind of poured my guts onto that page for it. So there's no shame in going and seeking help for your brain telling you bad things. Basically during that, and this is a good story. So I was on trapeze, and I hate heights anyway. And during the height of that nervous breakdown, I was doing trapeze, and what we had to cut out was all the things where I was literally sobbing. And I developed such a fear of heights that I have vertigo when I drive over bridges now. So